Hey, hi you guys, and welcome to Through Evangelist's Eyes. My name's Rod Savala, and we're in Exodus chapter 26, and I have already scratched out a number of titles for this video that I thought I was going to give it, and I kept going, no, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. So I'm going to just the theme of what I think's happening here. In chapter 26 of Exodus, Moses is told that, and he's given the dimensions. He's told the Israelites are to make curtains for the sanctuary, for where the ark is going, where the showbread's going, where the priests will be. These curtains are pretty big. They go across and they're joined together. And at the very beginning of the chapter, let me read it in chapter 26. It says, "Moreover, you shall make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twisted linen, and blue and purple and scarlet material. You shall make them with cherubim," so there are going to be angels on them. This is the word, or the two words that got me just really wondering about what was going on here and what God is trying to teach us. You shall make them with cherubim, the work of a skillful workman. And then it gives the lengths of the curtains, how many curtains, where they're supposed to go. But that word, skillful workman. In first, well, let me jump to another passage, okay? But I hope hold that thought. A skillful workman. Okay, in the Psalms, as I was reading this week, I came across these verses. Psalms chapter 9. Psalms chapter 9, verse 11 and I think it's just 11 that I outlined. "Sing praises to the Lord who dwells in Zion. Declare among the peoples his deeds." Declare his deeds. And in evangelism, I think sometimes we view it as strictly, you're going to hear the word come up over and over, I'm going to share my faith. Well, if I share apple pie with you, that means you're taking my apple pie. You're taking part of my apple pie. In declaring, you may not take it, but I'm still going to declare it. I don't know that I have shared anything with you. You haven't taken anything if you refuse it. If I say to these people out here that Jesus is offering to be the way between them and God, that's evangelism. Christ is offering. They may not take it, but I'm still declaring it. And that skillful work, I think as believers, sometimes we think, I don't have enough Bible verses, I don't know enough stories, I don't know this or that. Jesus is the skillful workman. We may be the material he's using to draw people, but make no doubt, he is the skillful workman. And he can make he can weave a beautiful picture of himself, even in you and me. He can do it. He's the skilled artist. Let me read for you in Chronicles in 1 Chronicles chapter 16:22. Do not touch my anointed ones. Is God paying attention to you and me as his children? He is. Do not touch my anointed ones, and do my prophets no harm. Sing to the Lord, all the earth. Proclaim good tidings of his salvation from day to day. A lot of evangelism, I believe, would become easier for you and me when I just kindly, lovingly, respectfully ask or declare it out in the open. If I can tell you what this book says. I have often said to people, could you quote anything that Jesus says? Tell me something that Jesus has said. And I mean, in the high 80%, 90 percentile, people will say, no, I can't quote anything he said. Then I will tell them something that the Lord has said. I've had people say, count me out. I don't want anything to do with him. I didn't share anything. They didn't take it. I declared something. And some people will take it, and it's beautiful when they do. Let me go to 1 Peter. No, let me go to Acts. Here's what we're told to do. And you, in Acts chapter 1, verse 8, and you shall be my witnesses. I'm witnessing, and you are witnessing to others around that someday, hey, I have a declaration to make. I stood on a street corner and attempted to get your attention. I stood on that corner hoping that you would read my sign, or you would read my heart, or you would be close enough to where I could say something and you would hear me. But I will be a witness someday, and so will you. And we witness to them about what he's already done, what he's done for them. In allowing them to have a way, he has made a way for those who will accept that way. And then in Peter, 1 Peter, this is one of my favorite verses. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. Peter's talking about Israel. And he's talking to those of us who have come into the family. A holy nation, a people for God's own possession. Now that God has made you one of his possessions, what's he asking you to do? Let's keep reading. A people for God's own possession, so that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. A lot of my conversations when I have a one-on-one in the street or somewhere, or with an employee, or with a customer, again, I like to just ask questions, learn how to literally write out some questions. Hey, what's your opinion about the most important thing in life? Hey, what do you think about the man Jesus? Hey, what's your plan when this is all said and done? What's your plan? Do you think you're just going to the grave? Come up with some questions that you literally write out, and you say, hey, I'm going to use those so that when I'm around others, when I'm close enough, I can ask them those questions. So let me finish here. In Exodus 26:1, it talks about that skillful workman. Jesus is the skillful workman. And he will take what you bring and he will turn it into something beautiful in drawing people to himself. Know the word, use the word as you can, but don't be afraid that you haven't got what it takes to be an evangelist. Yes, you do. You have his word, and he will do the rest. He's the skillful workman, okay? So let's go tell somebody about this amazing workman that we know named Jesus. God bless you, and here we go.